Top of the left circle to Pepe. O'Day's one-timer, tipped in, scored! It's Matt O'Day that makes this a one-goal game. 14:41 to go in the third. It's 4-3. We saw O'Day and Nadal pointing back and forth. Nadal says, "That's all you, buddy." Across to the near side, blue line to Ford. To the back door, redirect, scored! Roanoke takes the lead. And it's Matt O'Day with the power play goal with 18:19 to go in the third period. Great move by Stanko to spin away from pressure. O'Day unleashes one. He scores. Matt O'Day will point at the net as he blasts it by the glove side of Stead. It is 5-1 Rail Yard Dawgs. 9:01 to go in the third. That is a complete laser beam from Roanoke's number 15. O'Day shot. He scored. I don't know if that was tipped in by McDade or not, but Roanoke has struck first. 12:58 to go in the opening frame. Roanoke up 1-0. Pass low to high to Alvo. Alvo shot, tipped along, they score! And it's Matt O'Day, and his return for Roanoke. That makes it 4-2 Dawgs, with 10:49 to go in regulation. We're here with Rail Yard Dawgs defenseman number 15, Matt O'Day. Matt, you guys knew that when you guys came into this season as defending champs, you were going to have that target on your back all year long and be getting everyone's best effort every single night. You guys still end up with that third place regular season finish, a team best 33 wins on the season, set a lot of new records. You've now been here with these guys for 3 straight trips to the semifinal and nearly a third straight trip to the President's Cup final. Now that you kind of had some time to take a step back from the season that was, what were your takeaways on this season overall?
I think going into the season, anything less than a championship win was kind of falling short. So that part stinks a little bit. But no, I think it shows that Dawgs hockey is here. We're going to be consistently good every single season. And the last 3 years has just shown that. You can't ever count us out. Whether we're 3rd seed, 4th seed, 8th seed, we're always going to show up in playoffs and make you earn your points against us.
When you go back to your first few months here, back in that 2019-2020 season, and now just kind of compare it to what it is now, what are some of the big changes, whether it's on and off the ice, just kind of around the room that stick out to you about what it was like when you first got here and what it's like now?
The locker room's a little bit easier, obviously. When you're winning, it's a little bit easier to show up and stuff, not having your coach breathe down your neck and that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, it's just, it's incredible. You see the guys that were here 4 years ago with me and stuff like that, and you see how much we've grown as hockey players, how much hockey has grown here, and it's awesome to see the difference between then and now. I don't think we were too far off back then. Despite being in 8th place, we were still a pretty good hockey team, but just now how everything is ran on the ice, off the ice, between our practices going about like an hour-ish and it just being very structured, everybody knowing what they're going to do as soon as they get out there, and as soon as they get off, they know exactly what their plan is for your post-skate workout. To even stuff going on in the locker room here, the innovations and upgrades that we've made have been, nothing short of incredible.
You've been one of the most productive defensemen in this league now for several years, but you have faced the adversity this season, not only of having a couple of injuries, but you're swapping back and forth between defenseman and forward. You still have such a dominant impact over the course of the year that you make the All-SPHL Second Team for defensemen despite those factors. How challenging was this season for you with dealing with a couple of those different things changing up on you? And how did it feel to know that even with those hurdles, you still were recognized as one of the best in the league?
I think on the outside looking in, a lot of people think that it's a lot harder than what it is. Again, like going back to like our practice structure and stuff like that, and Brem's harping us on what he wants for X's and O's, it makes it really easy to switch back and forth. There's no confusion as to where I'm supposed to be out there when I'm playing center or when I switch back to playing defense. It's still the same game, and fortunately enough, at this point I've done it enough that it makes it a little bit easier to switch back and forth. And then I just really appreciate the league recognizing that, that's something that means a lot to me and my family, and it's just something that I really appreciate.
You got to play with Brendan Pepe a lot down the stretch at the end of last season when you guys won the President's Cup championship, and he had started to make some major strides. This year, you guys both get All-SPHL recognition, but most of the time this year, you guys were split up as you guys were both a couple of the veterans trying to bring the other guys along, where last year, a lot of that responsibility was on you.
Now there's you two. There's Steven Alvo. There's CJ Valerian. There's a lot of guys that can kind of help you shoulder that load. What was it like this year to have a couple of extra veteran guys that were able to help you lead that defenseman group again this year?
Oh, it was incredible. It made my job a lot easier, obviously, with those guys kind of already knowing what our systems are. And any new guys that came in, you know, I by the time that I went up to talk to them, be like, hey, like, this is what we're going to do for our system. And they'd be like, oh, like, this guy already talked to me about it. I'd be like, great, okay, awesome. I'm going to go get breakfast. Like, you know, so it just made everything a lot easier. You know, it made the locker room more fun because obviously less stress, more fun.
You all had a really great year this year, even though I know you guys didn't quite hit your goal to run it back. But I think it goes to show just how tough it is to repeat in any league, much less make it to a third straight championship series. How do you think the experience this year, both in the regular season and in the playoff run, can help this team moving forward into next fall to get back to that level of success that you guys aspire to have?
I think exactly what you just said. You know, we understand that it's not easy. Just because we were the champions, no teams were gonna roll over and just, you know, let us walk all over them. If anything, it was the opposite. We were getting everybody's best game every single night, and that includes playoffs. You know, I thought Quad City was a pretty tough matchup for us. Following it up with Huntsville, both pretty solid teams, playing very physical. Yeah, and it was pretty tough, but it'll help us in the future just because we know what to expect. We knew what to expect before, but now it's even more so. You know, it's got to be 100% of the time.
You spent most of the last 5 years here in Roanoke, here in the Star City, and you've definitely grown a lot as a player, but also off the ice as well during your time here in the Star City. I'm curious to know, what does it mean to you to be a Dog and to be such a big part of this community as one of the Rail Yard Dawgs?
Oh, it means everything to me. I mean, there's a reason why I'm staying around here over the summer to, you know, help the kids out in VHL with the junior dogs and stuff like that. The community here is incredible between people, the staff, you know, our owners. It's all amazing. I don't see myself leaving here for a pretty long time. So yeah, I love it here.
You kind of alluded to it just now, maybe one of the things you might be doing, but what's up next for Matty O'Day this summer? What do you got going on this offseason?
Just working my job, running some private lessons, trying to stay healthy, and just getting ready for next season.
Well, now that we've hit the end of this season, I want to leave it open-ended to you. Is there anything that maybe I didn't get to, or anything that you would just like to say for any of the fans, friends, family, anyone like that that could be watching this video today?
Just that, you know, I appreciate all the support, you know, from the fans especially. We hear you guys every single night. My family, you know, I wouldn't be here without them today. So obviously, you know, love them to death and appreciate the hell out of them.
Well, Matty, thank you so much, buddy. I hope you have a great summer. Look forward to seeing you back.
Thanks, you too.